Hey, Vicky, how's it hanging, girl? Whoop-dee-doo, it's me, Louise. You know, your childhood friend and favorite person in the whole wide world. Favorite person in the world? Like hell, seriously? You must be dreaming if you think that. Sure, we might have known each other as kids, but I wouldn't go as far as calling us friends. I regret the fact that we were even acquaintances, so the words Louise and friend most certainly do not go in the same sentence. How can you be deluded enough to believe I actually like you? I mean, geez, you were annoying even when we were kids. You say all that, my dear, but actions speak louder than words. You didn't block my number, did you? Which can only mean you think of me as your best friend in the whole wide world and can't bear the thought of a life without me in it. Believe me, the thought of a life without you in it sounds like paradise. No, the only reason I didn't block you yet is because I know you're so screwed in the head you'd go insane if you couldn't check up on me with your trivial, nonsensical messages every 5 minutes. I promise you, if the thought of you doing something crazy if I blocked you wasn't so terrifying, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Jeez, Vicky, how about you, take a chill pill for once? Anyways, I wanted to ask about that guy you started dating lately. I heard the rumors. Is it true? If so, I can't believe the Vixter finally got a boyfriend. How long has it been now? You know how long it's been, and why exactly has it been so long? Or did you forget about how you got involved with my last boyfriend 2 years back and ended up causing a bunch of drama that led to us breaking up? Huh? No recollection. Nope, I don't know a thing about why he dumped you after a steamy romp with a mystery girl down the alleyway by your house. Oh, so you're still proud of it then? You really are beyond saving. How many of my boyfriends have you interfered with by now? I literally lost count of how many of my relationships you screwed up. But it won't be happening again because I'm finally free of you. It was hard for me to muster up the motivation to even look for a guy with the thought of you sticking your nose in and messing things up for us, niggling away at me in the back of my mind. Anyway, will that be all? I don't want to speak to you. Hey, wait, I'm not done yet. There's so much I want to know. I have some other things to deal with, and my life is pretty hectic right now. Stop trying to give me even more stuff to worry about with your irritating nonsense. Hey, Vicky. It's about that stuff we talked about before, about your boyfriend. For God's sake, Louise, what do you want now? I have enough on my plate without you bugging me. I don't need this right now. You know how much I hate you, don't you? Don't you? Please, just leave me alone. The only reason I reply to your messages at all is because I know there's a pretty strong chance of you coming to my house and causing a scene if I don't. But believe me, you're the last person on the planet I want to speak to. The truth is, you're not even worth a second of my time, and I'd really, really appreciate it if you'd leave me alone. This is exactly what you always do. You have such a funny way of insulting me. It cracks me up every time. You're the most unintentionally entertaining person I have ever met. Huh? What? Like, it makes me want to annoy you just to see what kind of crazy reaction I'll get. You're like the nerds in school who I used to get into trouble by quietly annoying them in class until they flipped out and got told off by the teacher. You seriously have a personality disorder. How can you not realize what a despicable human being you are? It's like, will she be hot? Will she be cold? Will she be needlessly and hilariously aggressive? Every time I speak to you, it's a roller coaster of emotions because I never know what kind of Vicky I'm gonna get. My God, you really are a pain in the ass. Fine, if that's how it is, I'm only gonna reply to you when I feel like I absolutely have to from now on. Huh? And so what if you do show up at my house? It just dawned on me that all I have to do is not answer the door and it's like you magically don't exist. If you do anything crazy, I'll just call the cops. Problem solved. The cops? As usual, you don't appear to have anything serious to talk to me about this time either, so we're officially done here. Wow. Stop being so cold, you big meanie. This is no way to speak to your childhood bestie and favorite person in the whole solar system. Let's chat some more, Vicky. Vicky, Vicky, Vicky. Besides, I want to hear all about your new boyfriend. Damn you, Vicky. Hey. So you really do have a new boyfriend, huh? I had a feeling it was true. So it's him, is it? He is so my type. What should I do? I can't help but feel a mega hunk like him is wasted on someone like you. Is it finally time to make my move? Vicky, Vicky, Vicky. You just gonna carry on ignoring me? As your childhood best friend and favorite person in the whole universe, that makes me feel super duper mega lonely. But what you don't know is that blanking me like this has cost you something you hold very dear, something you'll never be able to take back. You don't know what it is yet, but you will soon. Should I give you a hint? It's about the thing you seem super reluctant to talk to me about. You know the one. You'll be happy to know my investigation proceeded swimmingly, and I found out everything I needed to. Who knows? The day I can finally reveal the good news could be just around the corner. I mean, I'd love to tell you if you finally replied to my messages, but we both know you're too damn stubborn to be an adult about this. Oh well, get excited, girl, because you're in for the surprise of a lifetime. You are so gonna want to reply when you hear this. Listen, Vicky, the thing is, I did it with your boyfriend. He was super forward with me. He really is macho, huh? Me and him have such amazing chemistry you wouldn't believe. It's like we were made for each other. And guess what? He says he prefers me to you now. He said, baby, I'll never let you go until the day we both die, with this hypnotized, spellbound look on his face. Isn't that romantic? I've been wanting to do this for ages. You have no idea how good it felt to hear him say that. Sorry for stealing your boyfriend again, loser. Huh? Hello? Can you read? I just said your boyfriend told me he likes me more than you. Louise, I don't have a boyfriend. Huh? I'm replying to you now because I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, and I'm mildly concerned you might have done something you might end up regretting. Seriously, who are you talking about? Oh, stop it, Vicky. I know that hunk you're always with is your boyfriend, so there's no point in trying to hide it. Who I'm always with? You always walk with him before and after work, right? I've seen you together. That was until recently. I bet he stopped talking to you all of a sudden, right? Am I right? That's because he's been spending all his time staying at hotels with me. Your eyes would pop out of your head if you knew about all the steamy fun we've been having together. And that's not all. When I asked him about his job, he said he was the son of the president of the company you guys both work at. There was me thinking I was just stealing your boyfriend, but I accidentally bagged myself a future CEO. I never cease to amaze myself. Anyway, now I know how rich he's set to become. I just have to marry him. Don't get in our way, okay? I know this is gonna suck big time for you, but it's time to accept you weren't good enough and move on. This guy you've been seeing, is his name Kelvin by any chance? Yep, like I even need to say it. You know exactly who I mean. Why ask me that, you dummy? Don't pretend you didn't know. Louise, I need you to calm down and listen to me. What? Kelvin used to be my stalker. Huh? There's no doubt about it. He is the son of our company's president, and it is looking like he's going to be the new CEO one day. But that doesn't make him any less dangerous. Huh? Dangerous? What do you mean? Oh, wait a sec. I know exactly what this is. I get it. It must be painful to have yet another boyfriend stolen by me. But our souls are connected now, which means I know him better than anyone. So your desperate lies aren't gonna wash with me. My Kelvin, dangerous? Give me a break. I've never heard anything so ridiculous. Don't say I didn't warn you. Yeah. If you have the time to be jealous over my boyfriend, why not do something more productive with your grief and look for a new one of your own? Yo, Vicky, where do you think I am right now? You'll never guess. I'm in Guam. Kelvin brought me here on a vacation. Also, I quit my job. Me and Kelvin getting married is pretty much set in stone at this point, so I figured there was no sense in me carrying on working my office cubicle job. When I told him I was bored with all this new free time I had on my hands, he brought me on vacation to Guam. Can you believe what a sweetheart he is? Wait, what am I saying? Of course you can. He used to be your boyfriend. Anyway, that's not all. Guess what? He paid for us to stay in the VIP suite at the top of the Duples Group Hotel. Oopsie. Looks like me and your ex are madly in love with each other and set to spend a week of steamy romance in luxury paradise. I would never have imagined my plan would go this well in a million years. Sucks to be you, huh, Vicky? I'm the happiest girl in the world. Vicky, help me. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I never expected this to happen. No. Vicky, please, this is terrifying. Shut up. You're making my phone buzz like crazy and it's annoying me. Let me guess, your relationship isn't going as well as you thought it would? My relationship? No way, I broke up with Kelvin ages ago. Oh? I found another guy on a higher salary than him, so obviously I did what any girl would do in that situation and started dating him instead. But Kelvin won't stop following me. Wherever I go, he's there. Things were going so great with my next husband candidate. Or at least they were, until Kelvin showed up while we were out to dinner and caused a huge scene in front of everyone and screwed everything up. He is ruining my life. I spend every waking moment in fear of what he'll do next. What the hell is with him? He's actually deranged. Good grief, I knew this would happen. Huh? I told you he was a stalker. I told you clearly and explicitly that he was stalking me and you chose to ignore it. How can you act surprised when he turns out to be a clingy weirdo? Wait, what? You were being serious about that? Why else would I say it? I thought you were just bad-mouthing him to get revenge on me because you were salty about being dumped. Whatever. From my perspective, this can only be a good thing. Thanks to you luring him away, he seems to have totally given up on me. He hasn't bugged me in weeks now. You have no idea how grateful I am for what you've done for me, Louise. He was making my life a living hell. What? But why didn't you tell me this before I got involved with him? I did. I told you he was dangerous. Go on, scroll up and look through the messages. It's all there. You're the one who ignored me and insisted you knew him better than anyone. You have no one to blame for this but yourself. How does the saying go? You made your bed, now lie in it. Oh my God. Fine, you were right. I admit it. You can have him back now. You will take him back, won't you? Excuse me? If you can tempt him back into your arms, he's sure to leave me alone. Don't you think that's a good idea? Tempt him back into my arms? What the hell are you talking about? We were never dating to begin with. Huh? So why were you together every single day? How can a guy and girl spend every single day together and not be dating? That's just weird. We weren't together. He was following me for the millionth time. What? We got put on the same team on a project at work a few months back. I guess he took a liking to me because he hasn't left me alone ever since. Well, until you came along and saved my butt, that is. Maybe in his mind he really was my boyfriend, but I can assure you, in reality, he most certainly was not. To me, he was nothing but a source of stress and a royal pain in the ass. Well, in that case, you must know how I feel. Help me. Nope. Why not? Because I despise you. Even in spite of that, I was still kind enough to try and warn you. It's not my fault you ignored me. I have no obligation to help you anymore. Get out of the mess you made by yourself. Oh my God! Vicky, I can't do this anymore. What should I do? Does this kind of crap actually happen outside of movies? Please respond, Vicky. I am begging you. I'm barely eating or sleeping with all the stress this psycho is putting me under. I know you'll help me if you know how bad my situation is. You're a kind person, aren't you? I'm serious. This is bad. I'm pregnant with Kelvin's baby. Hello? What should I do? You're the only person I have to rely on. My parents are no use. They divorced a while back when they both found out they were cheating on each other, and they're locked in a vicious divorce battle right now and don't even have time to talk to me. I don't have any brothers and sisters. I don't speak to any of my relatives. You're the only one I can rely on. My childhood friend, Vicky, please. I thought I was your favorite person in the world. I am begging you to help me. I'll do anything. Vicky, I'm begging you. Please respond. Vicky! I was in the middle of a drinking party with my work buddies when Louise started spam calling me. Due to a funny coincidence, Kelvin, the source of all her recent problems, also happened to be there. And in an even more amusing coincidence, my coworker, who was sitting right next to me, unintentionally caught a glimpse of the "Kelvin got me pregnant" message. By this point, my coworker was wasted, and before his rational brain could stop him, he yelled, "Kelvin, Louise is pregnant!" at the top of his lungs in front of all of our coworkers, causing an epically embarrassed Kelvin to make a dash for the exit and disappear faster than you can say, "Oopsie." I'm not so clear on the details of what happened next, but what I do know is that Louise and Kelvin got engaged the very next day. At a glance, you might be forgiven for thinking Louise is marrying him for the money, what with him being the CEO's son and all. But in reality, the drinking party was actually a farewell send-off for Kelvin, who got demoted and transferred to another branch after being found to be abusing his managerial position by taking bribes at work. Meaning any hopes he had of becoming CEO were dashed against the rocks in a heartbeat in magnificent and hilarious fashion. I suspect his dad, the CEO, would rather have fired him, but the president's son being fired for accepting bribes would have been a PR disaster. So he opted to demote him to an irrelevant position at a rural company branch instead. Word has it that he took a major salary hit, which means the luxury lifestyle Vicky dreamed of will remain but a dream. The reality of her mistakes must have bared down on her heavily when she realized she was set to spend the rest of her life in financial austerity with a stalking weirdo in a small house built in the middle of nowhere.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Keith? Let's start with you giving me a detailed explanation for all that's happened so far.
Asking me for an explanation, huh?
Today is supposed to be the day that my little sister has her wedding with someone, but why on the day of her wedding were you showing up to it wearing the groom's tuxedo? When I saw you walking in on my sister's wedding day as the groom, I was more shocked than actually angered with you. Even now, I'm having a hard time showing any other emotions besides shock because of how outlandish you've been.
Well, as you've pretty much seen everything for what it is, I shouldn't have to give you an explanation for what's going on here.
No, I deserve an explanation for all of that because I currently cannot believe my eyes.
Oh, for crying out loud, I guess there's no way I'm getting out of this without giving you a rundown, so I'll give you that explanation. I'm going to get married to your little sister, Joy, okay? I'm sorry for keeping all that a secret from you. Now, can we get to the part where you divorce me?
Huh? Since when have you been going after my sister, and when did she start to think it was okay to marry my husband?
Well, about half a year ago, I started to talk with her about my feelings towards her. She was working at the bar that I loved to go to a lot back then, and when she came up to me to get my order, she asked me if I was her sister's husband or not. That, I guess, is what you would actually consider the start to all this. And well, from that point on, I tried my hardest to resist her looks, but man, did the image of me being her in my mind look amazing. And bam! She had a hold of me, and there was no other way for me to free myself anymore.
So you really were taken away by her looks?
Huh?
I know that I've already let you in on this whole story before, but let me explain to you one more time. The reason for why I left my family behind 5 years ago.
What? Why would I need to hear about that again?
My sister, Joy, she, for some reason, takes a liking in stealing anything I lay my hands on, whether that be things or people. And as for my parents, they're the kind of people that look past her doing that sort of stuff to me and love her with all their heart. So to escape such a hellish environment as that, I ran away from my home, leaving everyone in my family behind to start a new life where I didn't have to worry about Joy. Don't you remember when I told you the reason why I couldn't introduce you to my family before we were married was because of that reason? I guess you don't, because in the end, even you, Keith, even you became another part of my sister's hobby and have been stolen away from me.
Oh, come on now. I'm sure that you might just think that your sister is stealing me away from you without any actual emotion to it, but she really does love me, and I love her even more back. And you, of all people, being her sister, should be glad that she's finally found someone like me that makes her so happy. You being not happy to see that just shows how horrible of a person that you really are inside.
And the same could be said of someone that tries to have a wedding with his wife's little sister even before getting a divorce.
Excuse me?
To be honest, I never even wanted to be at my sister's wedding today. Well, either way, I'm going to head home now after this.
Hey. Things have only just begun, and I want you around to see it.
Do you actually think I want to stick around and see the end?
Huh?
You went out and told everyone that you divorced me, and that's how you got all your friends to make it to the wedding today. But those friends of yours that you went out talking to happened to be my friends as well, and figured out right away that something was wrong when the invitation said you'd be marrying my little sister. This isn't going to end well for you, Keith.
Huh? The friends that we both get along with know about this? I don't remember telling any of my friends who are your friends as well about this.
You did, but I won't tell you who. But those friends of ours saw that you sent invitations that you planned to marry my little sister. They were shocked to see that, but were even more shocked that you were doing all of this to me after everyone thought we had such a good relationship. Either way, people know just how messed up all of this is, and the word will start to spread, and everyone will begin to leave.
What?
You can choose to continue with the wedding if you'd like, but don't expect there to be many people remaining after learning about the crap you're trying to pull. Be ready to have the whole world pointing fingers at you for what you've done and calling you a freak and an idiot.
What? Your sister and I were supposed to have a beautiful wedding today and be celebrated by everyone we invited.
Well, with that, in a few days, let's start talks about the settlement I plan to ask from you.
You're planning to ask for money from me now?
And don't plan on coming home today, okay? I don't want to see your face right now, and I don't want to be sleeping in the same house as you anymore.
Wait, Heidi.
I'll be going now. What the heck, Heidi? Hurry up and get everyone to come back to our wedding. Huh? Why are you asking me, of all people, to do that? If you want them all back there watching your messed up wedding, then you go get them yourself. But you're the one that did all of this, so you have to get them back here or else they won't listen to me. Just because your husband left you for me because I'm better in every way doesn't mean you can just start talking bad about us and getting everyone to leave the wedding we planned out. What the heck are you thinking? I didn't do anything to make those people start leaving. Those people were all told by a friend of mine, and they chose themselves to believe your wedding is messed up and leave. And I was out of there before everyone else started to leave, so how's that my fault? I'm not responsible for their actions, nor am I going to be responsible for getting them to turn around and go back to you. So go out and get them yourself. Come back here right now! Heidi! It's been destroyed. You may have ruined my whole wedding with what you did, but I'm still going to be married to Keith, and there's nothing you can do about it. Now just divorce him already so that I can have him. I am going to hand in our marriage papers soon and then make sure that his parents understand that I'll be his new wife. Do you even know where his parents live? What the heck are you talking about? You are living with them right now, right? Huh? Those 60-year-old people that you're living with are his parents, right? I really want to come over there and introduce myself to them, but you're always sitting in their house with them and it's driving me nuts. Can you please hurry up and get lost already? Wait, could you be mistaking my foster parents for his parents right now? Huh? Foster parents? After I left you guys in that house, I had gone out saying that I was a foster child who had no parents. And that's when I was able to find my foster parents who took me in even though I was already in my late teens. Did you not hear about any of this from Dad? Just wait a second. That means that the gorgeous house that Keith and you have been living in This is the house of my foster dad. Then what about Keith's parents? To be honest, I've never met either one of them either. He told me that right after he got into college, his parents went through a tough divorce and then moved off to different places without him. And ever since then, he's been without parents, and that all happened a while back, and he's never even heard from them since. Neither of us even know where they went, to tell you the truth. Huh? So I've never met either of his parents, and he was at least able to meet my foster parents before we had our wedding. Are you kidding me? So you never even talked with Keith about who the older couple is that we've been living with? Because if you asked him whether they were his parents or not, you would have gotten your answer a whole lot sooner. He just told me that I wouldn't be able to see them at the wedding. Well, him being vague with you about it and there being no explanation isn't my problem, but I will say this. Your reason for wanting to marry Keith hasn't been for him, but rather this amazingly beautiful house that I live in right now, right? Well, you getting to live in that house all by yourself with that older couple isn't fair. So that's why I looked for your husband, and when I found the bar he went to often, I applied for a job there and was able to make my move. I planned to marry him so that I could get that house and live there as well. And what about the name on that house? I made sure to double check the last name on that house and everything. And I can confirm that the last name on that house is the same as Keith's. And that's because Keith took my new last name in the marriage. Huh? When I was adopted by my foster parents after running away from Mom and Dad, they helped me change my last name since I'm legally their child now. And so that would mean that both Keith and I share the same last name as the owners of this house. That's why the name on the house is the same as his last name, right? What the heck? How am I supposed to let you get away with some stupid reason like that? Why didn't you ever tell me you changed your last name sooner? I assumed you would have heard from Mom and Dad about how I found new parents and they adopted me. But to be fair, you never even listened to what I say anyway, and on top of that, after I ran away, you started to tell everyone you kicked me out of the house and that I was mentally ill. That was you spreading that rumor, right? Why would I care about you knowing about my situation after running away when you go and do things like that? Ah, that's right. How about you change your story about getting adopted and make it seem like I was adopted by them instead? If you let me become their child, then I'll let you have Keith back. What? All right, that's a pretty good idea, right? No, that right there is anything but a good idea. Why is it not good? I'm giving you back the man you love so much, right? In your case, you should be begging me to give him back to you. This is your chance. You think I'm still going to love the man that cheated on me with my little sister? Huh? That bastard told me why he went after you a little while ago and explained how much he loves you over me. As well as told me that you've been together for 6 months now. He told you that already? The fact that you're getting surprised by that is surprising. Then, what can I do for you that'll get you to let me be their kid? No matter what you do, you're not going to become their child. But that's not frickin' fair. You always get to have things your way, Heidi. Then, Joy, If you really want to become their new child, do you think you can speak 5 different languages within the next 2 years fluently like me? Huh? You have to be pretty globally sophisticated to be their child, as well as know a lot about my foster dad's company. What the heck? Why do I have to do all that? The reason for me being their foster child is because I helped my foster dad's business, and will someday be the one to take over their company. And that's going to be happening in the next 2 years, so I have to be ready. What? What does this even mean? If you can't do that, then stop trying to be their next child, okay? Also, in the next few days, I'll be asking for a settlement from you. A settlement? Why? Do you really think you could get away with stealing someone's husband and there'd be no consequences for it? Unlike all those times in the past, you're an adult now, and the only thing that can save you now is money, not your parents. So don't go trying to find a way out of this one, because you won't escape me. But you're asking for money from your own sister! Well, that's still up for debate, actually. Whether you really are my little sister anymore or just some stranger to me. But either way, I'm getting a settlement. You're kidding me! In my case, I had my husband stolen from me, so I have the right to take you to court and make you pay for the damages caused. So make sure you pay every penny I ask for, and then get out of my life. But this shouldn't be happening.
Hey, Heidi, you're asking me for over $60,000? Why do I have to pay you that much? You should only be able to ask me for a smaller amount based on me cheating on you, right? I already have to deal with paying for that failed wedding and the wedding ring, but now I'm being asked to pay $60,000?
Well, when it comes to that wedding you have to pay for, you used both our money to start paying for it, right?
Wait, what?
And as for some of the money that I had in my private savings account, you used it as well on that wedding. I don't know how you figured out my PIN for that account, but you took my money without asking.
So you want me to give that back to you, huh?
Well, when you add in that money you took from me in our shared account, the settlement comes out to $60,000.
But I don't have that kind of money right now.
Do you not realize that you stole money from me to use on a wedding with my little sister while we've still been married? If you thought that was okay, then I find it okay to make you go into debt to pay me back. And you have no right complaining to me now, right?
But for some reason I haven't been able to get any response from Joy about this. And now I'm on my own, facing $60,000. Wait, what the hell is going on here? Why did I have to end up dealing with all this by myself? What did I even do that was bad enough to deserve all this?
Maybe go back and look at what you were explaining to me a little while back about what you did and my sister did. Anyway, I'm going to have my lawyer be the one to deal with you now. So take the number that's on that business card I left for you and talk with my lawyer if you have anything else to say.
And you're just gonna leave me now?
You already know the answer to that question, Keith. Now, goodbye forever.
Wait a second, Heidi. Having to get divorced from you in this manner? I don't have anywhere to go if you leave me like this. Heidi!
To start, let's talk about my sister, Joy. She had tried to get her parents to pay off the settlement I had asked for from her, but not even they had the money to pay for what I was asking. Just a little while back, the business they had ended up going bankrupt, and they had to sell their house in order to pay the bank, and have since then been without proper jobs. So with whatever money they all did have, they used to pay me, and then all had to move away into a small and worn-down apartment together. Joyce still hasn't paid everything off that I've asked for yet, but I'll make sure that she pays me little by little until she'd met the amount I've asked for. And now, here's what happened with my ex-husband. He had touched money that was not his in the first place, and even then, after using said money, he didn't have anything left to pay me that $60,000 I asked for. He ended up having to borrow money to pay the money I was asking for off. And then after that, was left with no place to go. He began stalking Joy in hopes of getting money from her, and also handed in marriage paperwork to the city office without her approval. But what happens next with those two now that they might get married will have to be saved for another day, when there's more time to talk. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.